Hey, welcome to this week's Wax Pack Dad. Woo! Hey, Wax Pack Dad, way more fun than watching Something About Mary because we're going to be chasing the main star of that movie, Brett Favre. And if you haven't watched the movie, you probably haven't missed anything, but to call it a cinematic tour de force is probably doing cinematic tour de forces a disservice. So, Brett Favre is that good. And speaking of Brett Favre, my main man, I know is under a lot of scrutiny lately. But just like many other villains of the 80s, like the Iron Sheik and Mr. T, Clubber Lang, Ivan Drago, the Bolsheviks, I know he's going to come out on top. So, with that being said, we are going Favre hunting today. We got 6. This is half of 6, which is 3, but you guys knew that. 3 packs of Top Stadium Club. I thought this was kind of interesting too because, Topps kind of phoned it in towards the end of the junk wax era, and they finally decided, hey, we're going to get some decent cards. We're going to get some decent pictures. So who did they partner up with? Kodak, which is like the Atari 2600 of camera companies. But the pictures did look nice. 1991's kind of a tweener year between, some of the great rookies of 89 and 90. So really, you got Brett Favre, and then it kind of goes down like a tier, and then another tier down to Ricky Watters. If you guys all remember him, Mr. I'm going to spike the football every time I get a 4-yard run. Ricky Watters, that guy. I kid a little bit. He's a pretty good player. And there are other rookies in there that we'll kind of go through it, but there's not a lot of what we call superstar value cards in there. There was an offset of this that was stamped for the Super Bowl that took place in Minneapolis that year, and like the Favre's worth like $5,000 with that. But those were special cello packs. Most of the cards have a lot of value, but anyway, I think the cards look nice. It's kind of a nice intro to the '90s set. You still have the second half of careers of Montana and Rice and Steve Young and the ending of Dan Marino and Elways and those guys as well. So we're gonna bust these things open. We got 6 packs, and give away the cards. All right. One of the other rookies that I forgot about, Tony Sorogusa. That card is close to $100, and it's the only other card other than Mr. Favre that is over $100, and the Brett Favre is going for about $250. And part of that was it was just a poor draft class. I mean, when you've got guys like Russell Maryland and Chris Zorich and Dan McGuire, it just not going to be the greatest thing. In fact, Percy Snow, I see him too. So this is Chris Zorich. We were just talking about him. He was a stud of a player at Notre Dame. Just never fanned out with the Bears. Look at Tony Woods. Look at, I can be part of the club. No thanks. Anthony Carter, AC. I mean, the quality is really good. I mean, you're starting to get to upper deck quality. It did take Topps a few years to come around, but they certainly did. Mike Kroll's a decent player in the NFL. Nebraska. Nice picture. These are beautiful cards. And one of the things that I did find was that there's Keith Sims. And this guy, they called him the toolbox because he could do it all. Besides catching touchdowns. But besides that, he could do it all. Cool. Jay Novacek. I don't know what's going on there. If he's trying to throw it or whatnot. But was a good player. Tunch Ilkin. Browning Nagel. Another guy that kind of flamed out after a good college career. Flipper Anderson. Lorenzo White. And Percy Snow, who I think won. What did he win? I don't know. He won something. But anyway, so that's the first pack. Alright, well, the first pack, I just kept that Jay Novacek because I thought it was a pretty cool card. Boy, he tormented my Packers in the 90s. That whole team did, but I really like the cards. One of the things that I found too is there's not, because of the value of the cards, not a lot of people have sent these in to be graded. So, you know, when you look for inefficiencies in the market, that's certainly one of them. Charles McRae. I don't know who he played for. They even say, oh, Tampa Bay. Okay, there's our first Hall of Famer, Chris Dolman. David Grayson. Rodney Holman. Gil Bird. Jeff Campbell. Andy Heck. Mark Rippon. The Super Bowl winner. Scott Stephen. Dave Weimer. Nate Lewis. Bruce Kozerski. So far, not the greatest, but I'll tell you, you know, the packs aren't that expensive. You can get these packs for probably $1, maybe a little over $1 a piece, depending on what you're doing. And you know, if you just like to break wax or whatever the heck this stuff is, it's like a nasty saran wrap. I don't know, it can be kind of fun. Well, let's see what else we got here. Ernie Jones. Oh, Cornelius Bennett, good player on those Bills teams. Bet you don't know where to find the best football coverage. Oh yeah, it's on the back of the card. Ugh, an advertisement. It's like drink your Ovaltine. Andre Tippett, I believe he's a Hall of Famer. Probably towards the end of his career with the Pats. Keith McCants. Ooh, this card's in rough shape. I have noticed that a lot of these cards are like stuck together. So Ron Hall's not going to be fun in my kids' college careers. Ooh. Okay, Rod Woodson. Great player. But you can see where they're kind of stuck together with these. I think some of that has to do with the kind of the gloss. Daryl Talley, great player, or darn good player, but I don't get what the picture is. They must have not been able to get anything other than with him at a press conference. So, awesome. Merrill Hodge, I believe he's an analyst now. It was good. Him and Tim Worley were a good backfield. Cornell Lake, another good, I believe he's a cornerback or safety. Henry Jones from the Illini. David Grant. And Kevin Glover was a good lineman. So we got 3 packs left to snag ourselves a Favre. Let's see what we can do here. So far, I don't know if I've recouped my $3 investment. Kevin Donnelly, looks like from North Carolina. Now, this was right after I stopped collecting, so I've never... Farrell Edmonds, tight end for the Dolphins. So I've never, ever owned one of these cards before, so it's pretty cool. Gary Clark, part of that Skins team with Rippin. Kevin Walker. Eugene Daniel. Oh, Boomer. Boomer Esiason. Yeah, we'll put him aside. He's a decent quarterback. Greg Kagan. Cragen. I'm not sure if he was a Hall of Famer or not. Really good offensive lineman. Mike Gann. Thomas Everett. Swervin Mervin Fernandez, who is just pondering life right now. Probably like, why did I get stuck on the Raiders? And Lewis Billups. 2 packs to go. Peace. Ooh, the football checklist. But it's nice and shiny. Steve Broussard. I thought that guy was going to be good. And he had like tree trunk legs. I think he played for Washington. Okay, John Taylor, towards the end of his career, kind of the other guy on the other side of Jerry Rice and Super Tecmo Bowl. Godfrey Miles. It's funny how many of these guys I don't even know. It was just a bad first round for draft picks. Brian Blades. That's cool. I don't know if that's by design. They got Brian Blades and Benny Blades, brother. There, that's cool. Hey, a Goose rookie in 10 condition, worth $90. Very cool. I do believe he passed away recently, but was quite the character. So kind of a fun guy. That's why people like to collect him. Michael Carter. Kelvin Martin. Mike Peel. And is there another card stuck to this? And Mike Wiltshire. 1 pack to go. Put that Goose up there. It's funny he's on the Colts there, but probably, well, maybe not, but I best know him on that 2000 Baltimore Ravens defense. All right. Come on, Favre. Jeff Cross. Michael Hayes. Jonathan Hayes. Todd Marinovich. Boy, 5-star athlete going into college and just a total bust in the NFL. But Brad Muster. Cedric Mack. Oh, cool. 2nd year Emmitt Smith. That is another card that's got a little bit of value. There he's going through the Jets, Jets defensive line. That's certainly going to be a nice giveaway. Greg Jackson. Rena Thompson. Doug Smith. I don't know if they're like playing leapfrog here or what the deal is with that, but looks like he won that round. Ben Smith. Oh, wow. I guess I forgot that Roger Craig ended his career with the black and silver, so I guess we'll finish off with that. So cool, though. A couple cards that I want to kind of look at here was the 2nd year Emmitt Smith. It's just a beautiful card if you're a Cowboy fan. That's really cool. And then, which is probably maybe a top 5 card, and the Goose, I can't believe, is the number 2 card out of this set, but pretty darn cool. So we'll have some giveaways, and we'll spin the wheel and see what happens. So we're going to do 2 drawings. We're going to do the Goose. That'll be the grand prize. And believe it or not, the Emmett Smith in PSA 10 is worth a little bit less. So I think that one's worth about 75, 80, and the Goose is worth about 90, 95. Um, I don't know if I'm feeling, real generous. Maybe I'll throw that Nova check in with that Emmett Smith. But a couple got nice, couple nice Hall of Famers. Tippett, Dolman. Of course, Hyason's not a Hall of Famer, but Roger Craig. So some nice cards in here. I'm real happy I pulled it. I hope you guys were happy to see these things. And if you haven't broken a pack of 91, like I said, for $1.50 a pack, you can buy some off of eBay and get as cruddy of a hand as I did. But anyway, I just thank you guys all. We're going to get to the wheel right now. And before I forget, because I don't do it often, I'm not here to shamelessly self-promote, but if you would take a minute to hit the like button, and then if you haven't subscribed, would love to have you. What other channels giving away Tony Siragusa rookies every week? I know what you're thinking. You're like, I can't think of one. That's right, Wax Pack Dad. So if you want to win great cards like the Tony Siragusa rookie, hit the subscribe button. So every week we'll do some giveaways. So hopefully we'll have 2 lucky winners. All you have to do is check in by Sunday evening. We do our shows on Thursday, and if you do, and comment, we'll get those cards right out to you. So I just wish everybody a wonderful week before the wheel hits. Stay safe, and as always, may God bless each and every one of you abundantly. Well, that wheel keeps on growing. I want to thank new subscribers, Randy Jones, M. Johnson, Dennis Daynard, Douglas Town, and Anthony M. For joining the Wax Pack Dad community. Couldn't do it without you guys and gals. So bring your friends along. Let's win some cards. So just once again, thank you guys again. It's very touching to me. I know it's kind of sounds funny, but I do appreciate it. So let's bring this to full screen here. And let's give away the Emmett Smith second year card. That's a beaut. Vitz 14. I know you're out there. You comment sometimes. I hope you see this, and by Sunday afternoon or evening, comment on there. Also, you folks that didn't get to my grading episode earlier this week, feel free to go back in there and put some grades on those cards as well. But Vitz 14, want to thank you. You comment before Sunday evening, we'll get that Emmett Smith second year card off to you. It's a beaut. And then just let me know if you want the Jade Novacek with it. So, with that being said, let's close this out. And let's go for the Goose Rookie. $95 in PSA 10. Mr. Springer. All right, buddy. Well, hope that you check this out and comment on there, and we'll get you that Goose Rookie. So thanks, everybody. Stay safe. God bless, and we'll see you next week.